What's up, guys? Eddie Hilaire here, Team Full, Team Captain, coming at you live today with another first place Piccolo Surge deck profile that I got yesterday at the Shop Championships. So this is different than all the other ones because this one I finally just incorporated. When this leader got announced, the biggest, I guess, buzz and fuss was, dang, Gogeta 7's finally gonna get like banned because with this card it's just insane. Because essentially, this freaking balloon. Alright. Essentially, after you go G to 7, you have 3 cards in their hand, and then you just surge and they have 1 card in their hand. So people thought the deck was going to be busted. The deck never took off. So I went back to revisit it, and I put it together. And yesterday, went to the Shop Championship, played 4 rounds, went undefeated, told everyone. So I'm going to show you guys the juice. But starting off, it's of course the Piccolo leader. Everyone knows what it does. Alright, I'm going to show you guys a trick again. Where's my deck box real quick? Oh, my die's not in here. But okay, guys, let's say, I don't know, this brush. Let's say this is my deck, right? So this brush is my die. What I do, and I advise everyone to do it, put your die on top of your deck so you don't forget the leader. But I can't stress this enough. Because when it's your turn, it's time to draw, you're forced to take the die off, and it triggers it in your mind that, hey, don't forget to use your auto ability. Yes, it's mandatory, but if you forget, you just add the card to your hand. Technically, your opponent could say, no, you can't put it at the bottom. Like, you added it to your hand, and like, just proceed to your draw. So, leave the die on top, take it off, use your ability. When you're done, put it right back on top until you Surge Awaken. Anyways, you put a blue, you put a green in here, you can Surge Awaken at any time. But when you're at 3 or lower, you have 2 options. You could discard material from under him, and then put a multicolor from your drop to your energy, inactive, ignoring energy exhaust, or you could just have your opponent work 2 cards. So, let's get in with the actual deck profile. So the first 4 cards I played are going to be 4 Master Roshis. The 4 Master Roshis, essentially, it's a free 5k combo, perfect Surge fodder for my Piccolo leader. And then when he's in the drop, I tap 1 and I have access to these 12 cards right here. Starting off with the Cells Earth Destroying Command, man, these 2 are no explanation needed. Like, it's just insane. I see a lot of people just playing this and not playing this. To me, I don't understand why, because yes, this gives you on battle cards too, but when you're getting swung at all out by things like Gohan or whatever it is, you having access to being in all this, that second attack they do, the next one attack they do, their hand is going to be really, really depleted. So in my opinion, you should run all 8 of these guys. The next one, in my opinion, is the best counterplay card in the game currently. It's pretty much a 1-drop. It's Hidden Potential. This guy is just kiddingly busted. You have to play that 4. People play that 3, just play that 4. I'm not going to say anything about it. So in this deck, it's really, really special, guys. These 8 cards right here are the only cards you really want to charge, because this deck is really green heavy, because you have to incorporate a special package. I played pretty much 4 Secret Rares. I'm going to show you. So opening hand, you really want to charge this, and then just keep going with your 17s and 21s. Yes, you can charge green, but I mean, it's not going to hurt you in a main board, but when you side in, it's going to hurt you. So pretty much, do you want to charge this turn 1? You want to charge this, all the other ones turn 2. Maybe turn 3 you could do this, because now you have a Vegeta Cruel, or you have a Hidden Potential you could use. But it's usually 1, 2, and then you could just tap it. It's fine. Like, you're not going to die, guys. Trust me. So a lot of people think I'm crazy. Like, why do you play 4 Android 21s? I tell people this all the time. In this deck, Android 21 wins games. Like, you get to 4 energy, it's just insane. Because once you get to 4 energy, you tap your 4, you burn them 1, and then you like literally KO any guy. It has no level restriction on there. So what happens is, for my 21, right? So another thing too is with this, because like I said, it's green heavy, it also goes to your Surge Awaken. So you can actually throw 1 or 2 if you wanted to under here, send it to drop and put it back in your energy. So your opponent's looking at your energy the whole time. They might not see it, but it's under your leader and you have access to it at any time. So especially with the Jiren decks that go rampant, if Jiren is a deck, it doesn't even matter, because like honestly, you're at like, this is what happens. You attack the Jiren leader, they use your ability, right? They go down to 3. You use this, they go down to 2. So each time you have this in your energy or you display it, realistically you're gonna burn 2 life on that, because Jiren stops battle damage, not effect damage. So moving on to the next multicolor card is going to be super combos. This is just nothing that you need, guys. I mean, unless you're playing the yellow variant, you should be just playing 4 of the Android 18s. So here is the juice package. We have 4 Vegeta Cruels. Quick story about the Vegeta Cruels. this guy has been really underperforming. So I'm like, okay, Vegeta Cruel deserves a spot in here because when it actually does go off, it's good because you pretty much KO something on board and your opponent loses warps a card in their hand. So I'm like, yes, it underperforms because what opponents do now, they just play their cards on your turn. So if you attack, that's when they'll play their cards because Vegeta Cruel doesn't really do anything when it's your turn. So the way I had it was I now main deck the Son Goku in close quarters. The reason being is because your game one against U7, which is funny because I played U7 round one in the tournament and I tooled them as a Swift tool because of this card. If they don't have like the Vegeta on board, it's pretty much game. They can't do anything. Everything they have to just regularly tap for it, it's fine. And the only thing they could do is the Tyranny's cost, but the way you play against that matchup, essentially, every time you attack, you just literally hit something from their hand with these two cards, and you just start cycling it back with Roshi. So, since Close Quarters is a card, it allows me to keep in the Vegeta or Cruels because now we have access to this bad boy. And once it hits turn 5, it's literally just a game. Because when you're on turn 5, you can stay at 4 energy, or 4 life, whatever it is. He's going to crit 1. You've been cycling with 1 and 2, and the Orochi just comboing off, you're going to have it. So you just need 8 and drop. And of course, these will be the 9 and 10. You'll crit yourself for life, and then you'll just reset their hand. And there's nothing in this game that can stop you Gogeta 7. Like, if it goes off turn, but it just goes off. You can't, but it's barrier deflect. Like, you can't do anything. So, after this guy goes off, that's when I'll usually awaken. And I'm like, okay, guy, warp 2 cards. So they're going to warp 2 cards. Now, one of 2 things are going to happen. I'm going to attack with Gogeta 7. You're going to say no negates and lose because you're at 3 life. Or I'm going to attack with Gogeta 7. And you're going to say negate. And I'm just going to pass because you have nothing in hand. So next turn, you're going to draw your 1 card. You can't attack me. It's either you charge it or you play it. Because if you just end your turn, next turn, I'm just going to say warp that last card. And just attack you Gogeta 7 in his game. So 3 Secret Rares isn't enough. You always gotta play the 4 Secret Rare. If you don't see yellow, this bad boy just has game. Like, literally, yellow is the only thing you just don't play. It just becomes multicolor fodder for your energy, most expensive energy in this deck, or it goes under, whatchamacallit, it goes under your leader for your Awakened Surge. Because, like I said, you do lack some blue in this, in the main deck version, but not actually in the side deck version. So that's the core of it. So following the last couple cards in the main deck, you have 4 Sensu Beans. So these guys, I mull them back in my deck. But throughout the game, if I see them, I keep them. Because you being able to keep this allows you to just control the game. Because when you start attacking your opponent, you also have access to this and this, being able to clear your hand. But the most important thing about actual Sensu Beans that I use it the most is for, I'm going to go back to it once again, are these bad boys. The 421s. You being able to just manipulate your energy and maybe, okay, cool, your opponent's at 3 life, you go ahead and you top 4, you play this, now they're at 2. So you swing with this, they stop. Don't never combo on this because it's so easy to do it. Just swing to get them burn a card. They're going to burn a card because it's 25. So super combo is just not enough. Unless it's a mirror match and they have their earth-shattering cell, they're going to give you at least 2 cards. So you swing with this, it's free, whatever. Next thing you know, you swing with your leader, you infinitely bean, do whatever you gotta do, you hit another one in life, you're gonna take 2. It's super, super busted. Like, that's why I love 4 Android 21s. The next 4 cards, this right here allows me to go ahead and play my blue because the Heavy Kick Krillin, I've been playing it since it came out. I didn't play my last version, I really missed it. It's pretty much a super combo that doesn't draw. Like, as long as you have a multicolor in your energy and your leader is blue, it's a 10k combo, like a 10k super combo that doesn't draw. The next 2 cards I play are going to be the Kais. That's why I can't express enough. These 3 allow you to manipulate the game so much it's not even funny. If your opponent goes down to 4 life, they're just in trouble. Like 4 life or 3 life, it's just game. You being able to 21 and combining it with 2 Kais and the Sensu Beans is just, your opponent has problems. That's all I'm gonna say, guys. Like, I can't express it enough. You need 421. Trust me. I got a lot of people that run 421 too. They thought I was like iffy at first, but then they play it. Like the guy recording the video right now, he has 421s. He was iffy at first, but then hey, got him to play it. All right, moving into the sideboard. So the sideboard, I have the 4 Son Goku and Son Gohan on Sands of Earth. So this just kills the blue matchup. Essentially, they have the 2-drop. They instantly have to go to the 6-drop. So if they don't go to the 6-drop, and then you just give a super combo or you give a blue-green, you just literally send whatever it is to the energy, and they discard one from their hand. And on top of that, this is a 25k guy that they know how to defend. So Majin Buu realistically just have to take 6 life for them because of that handicap. When they awaken, they take 2 life. This being at 25, they have to start seeing super combos, or it's gonna hurt their hand because them giving up 2 cards per turn, like on your turn, it's really effective because they give those 2 cards per turn. Now they only have 3 because they only draw 5. You swing with your leader. You give it a Cells Commandment, they have 2. It's either what they have the super combo, they give you those last 2 cards, and they start their turn with 1 card that they draw. And now they're faced with their challenges. If they charge, they have no cards in hand. Yeah, they'll draw 5. But if they don't charge, they actually play it. So most likely they're gonna charge and just that's it. That's all they have on board, which is fine. So the next 4 cards I'm gonna go up here are going to be my 1-drop Dark Power Black Mass Sand. This just kills Rogue. Like anything like, let's say Jirens, I just want to play things for free. I'm like, guy, I don't have time for this. I'll play this. Or a more relevant matchup is going to be the yellow version of this deck because of the Gohan and the guy with I forgot the android name, the guy with the sombrero, the guy that come in for free. All those guys have to be answered by this because yeah, those cards are free until you start having to pay 2. So you have 2 on board, now they have to pay 4. You have 3 on board and so on and so forth. It literally just stacks up. So it's like an even faster version of hand control. So if you play cards that 15k or less that just come in for free, you gotta pay taxes, bro. You can't just come in for free. That's all I gotta say. So the last 7 cards in the sideboard are pretty much for the Gohan package. It's going to be the 4 Sacrifice, and it's going to be the 3 Ultra Instinct Kamehamehas. This card single-handedly says you can't lose that matchup. It's literally a free 15k combo that just untaps. So imagine it's a bean for just that one battle that's for 15. It's just insane because Gohan does the math. Like literally against Gohan, I just laugh because I'm like, I'll take the damage, I'll take the damage, I'll take the damage. And their last one, I'm like, you know what? I can negate, but I just like risk it for the biscuit. Go ahead, don't negate, bro. And they literally combo entirely out and they just go in, poof, and that says, okay, 15, 30, 45, and then usually I have my beans in hand, I start just ripping their hand apart, and it's just not possible. And once again, I can't stress that point enough, Gohan, they'll go down to 1 or they'll go down to 2. Even if they're at 2, you use this, their ability is dead for the rest of the game. Like, they're like looking at you like, well, damn, I can't triple strike anymore. Or if they went all in, but they didn't resend their leader, it's like, well, damn, I can't triple strike anymore. I just lost. Like, they go down to 2 or 1, it's usually game. 21 are really, really, really essential in this format, in my opinion. So, zoom out real quick, let them get the whole deck. This is the deck profile that I went undefeated with at our shop tournament. Next weekend, entire team full will be facing off against each other at Cool Stuff Miami. It'll be myself, Ethan, Justin Rios, Alejandro Mena, Juan Brand, Andrew Duvall, Jonathan Rodriguez, and everyone. Like, all the guys on South Florida, like Team Florida will be down there in that one tournament. So you'll have an even bigger tournament, and we'll be sure to get some gameplay for you guys and the deck profile. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concern, please leave it in the comment section below. Otherwise, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and love you guys. Be sure to subscribe, please.